everybody. Welcome back to day one. Breakfast with Bob from 70.3 World Championships in beautiful Taupo, New Zealand. My name is Bob Babbitt. Brought to you by HOKA, Fly Human Fly, Master Spas, SFuels, right fuel, right time. Deboer Wetsuits, Quintana, and of course our Challenged Athletes Foundation. Our next guest, Lotte Wilms, is coming off a third at 70.3 Western Australia, turning around and coming right here to the Worlds.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. We just got from WA, but we arrived already a week ago. So, it's good to be here.
Have you raced on this course before?
I did the race last year,
Okay.
the 70.3, but it was slightly different.
Okay.
The run course slightly different from last year. It's like the other way around. And the bike course is 1 lap, and last year was 2 laps. But
okay.
it's basically the same.
Basically,
same area,
yes. Same beauty.
Yes.
And there was some good climbing. It's like, a couple thousand feet of climbing, a lot of it at the beginning and the end, but rolly, fast course.
Yeah, I think the course really suits me. I really like it. That's why we came here last year, just to check out the course and see what it's all about for this year. And even it's not exactly the same, it feels nearly the same. Yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, when I look at the results from this year, you were second in Cairns, you were 8th at the World Championship in Nice. That's huge, being top 10 there. Were you happy with that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Nice was how do you describe it? Funny one. We were not really planning to go there because our focus was really Ironman Series.
Yes.
So I went to Lake Placid, and that was my 3rd attempt for the Ironman Series.
Yeah,
but I didn't finish. Like, I had some mechanical problems on the bike, and at that stage we thought just pull out on the run and save your legs, and we will train for Nice. So we had a small window to prepare for Nice, but I think just still good enough to give it a good go. So top 10 was absolutely amazing. The course was beautiful.
Spectacular, right?
It was. I think it was really made for the stronger athletes for the hard climbs
and people who can hang it out there on the downhills, because it's scary.
Yes, I think I practiced the biggest downhill was, I think, it took me 40 minutes to get down. But,
oh my God.
So we practiced over the 10 times. I went up the mountain,
down the mountain,
jumped in the car, and go back up and try it again. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it was really necessary. Honestly, I thought it would even be better for us if we were there for a couple of months.
Yes.
Just to get really that course into your fingers. And I think that you could see the difference as well with the women, because, for example, Lauren, who won it, she just knew the course so well, and you could just see the time difference between her and the rest. Really,
there was such a big gap between the different. Well, the same thing year before with Sam Laidlaw. He got off the front, and that was it.
And really credits to her. Like she said last year, it's going to be my focus. So
it was.
Yeah, it paid off. So
even when we chatted with her at Challenge Roth, that was her focus.
Yes.
It was like, hey, I'm here, Nice. This is a stepping stone.
Yeah.
Roth's important, but Nice is what the season's built around.
Yeah.
World Championship. You want to build the World Championship. Yes.
Yeah.
So and then the year before you did Kona.
Yes.
Did not have the race you wanted to have there.
No, not really. I think we had a great plan, and I was excited to race as well. And unfortunately, I got a penalty.
Yes.
I think around the 80k mark, so I had to sit that one out. And then I think mentally it really hit me hard at that point.
Yeah.
It was hard to just continue. Of course you continue, but it felt just different from that point. And
it's always hard to come out of penalty box and just get your groove back and get back in rhythm, and the people you were might have been close to are gone. And
at that point I sat really well in a group, and I think I learned a lot from it. When you look back at it, you're like, okay, this is a point where you can learn your mental strength and how you can reset yourself. And I mean, Penny had also a penalty, and she did amazingly. I think she still got in the top 10 or maybe top 12. So she handled it better than I did.
It's
obviously.
Funny. We were just at Ultraman, and this Michelle Vesterby was telling us a story. She got a penalty the last time she was in Kona, and she was all upset. She's in a penalty, in the penalty tent. and one of the guys working the penalty tent asked for a selfie.
Oh, really? Wow.
But when she smiled for the selfie, it changed her whole mentality and she had a great rest of the race because she just changed her whole mindset.
Yeah.
So you just never know what one thing can toss you over the edge, positive or negative.
Oh, absolutely. And I think every energy that you waste, it's a waste. So like when you feel upset or confused or I think it's really like learning how to work with your brains at that point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So last year you won Ironman Austria.
Yes. Yeah.
That had to be pretty darn cool.
Yeah, Austria is an amazing course. First of all, it's a beautiful area. My sponsor, the team where I'm racing for, PayWack, they're located there.
Oh, perfect.
So it felt like for me a whole VIP week because they had a VIP tent and they had a boat for family and friends and for all the employees from PayWack. So
and then you win.
Yeah, and then you win. It was really special. It was like the owner of the company was there and the CEOs and my coach, my partner. My family was there, so it was
That's
amazing. It nearly felt like a world championships. Like so many people were there to support you. Yeah, that was really great.
So we've got the Ironman Pro Series right now.
Yes.
And I'm trying to, I'm not a math major, so trying to figure out. You're in fourth right now.
Yes. Yeah.
And fourth place is $70,000.
Yes.
It's pretty darn cool.
Yeah.
So what needs to happen for you to hold on to that, to move up?
I definitely need to finish the race in Taupo. To hold on that spot. Then I believe I got Hannah Berry. She's, I think, around 14 minutes behind me.
Okay. Yeah.
So if I'm gonna lose from her in the race more than 14 minutes, that will knock me off.
Gotcha.
The fourth spot.
And
only if I have just a good race and I will not lose my minutes with her, I can jump to the third spot.
I was going to say third spot is $85,000.
Yes, and even if Jackie will come, no, if she comes behind me, I think 9 or 10 minutes, or I will be. I don't know. Oh, sorry, I have to start again. It's so much mathematics.
There's a lot of math.
I think I have to be in a 10-minute frame from the winner in Taupo to get to the third spot. But at the same time, that only means that Jackie shouldn't improve her scores. So if she would be in a frame of 8 or 7 minutes, then she will hold on to the second spot. Otherwise, I could jump to the second.
And then Kat potentially jumps to first.
Yes, and it's funny because I was talking to Kat about it last week in the pool, and everyone is speculating and talking about it, and I said to Kat, like, we just need to finish first, and then we can talk about the rest. Because if she wouldn't finish, she wouldn't jump to the first.
Right.
And I think Jackie, maybe she's carrying the most weight or the pressure because she got all really good scores, and we are still chasing to get better scores than she has.
Now, has everybody done 5 already, or is somebody because don't you have to have 5 events or 5?
Yeah, so you have to get the maximum amount of scores. You need to do
5 races.
5 races, and
3 of them have to be fulls or something.
Yeah, 3 are full Ironmans.
Yes.
So maximum. You can get maximum points for 3 Ironmans. Okay. And then you can fill it up with 2 70.3s.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's a good addition, right, to the sport?
Oh, absolutely. I think it's the Ironman series will really show which person can be the most consistent over 12 months. I think that's all what it is. I think when you have like extremely good performances in a year and you're focused on Ironman series, it might be hard to recover. You get maybe injured for it. So you need to be like not standing out. I believe you just have to balance it out over the year. Exactly. Yeah, and that's what we try to do.
So you are 40 years old.
Yes.
And you are racing better than ever.
Thank you.
Right?
Yes.
You're racing better than you ever have.
Yeah.
What's happened? Just more consistent training, more focus?
I think it's just like waking up every day and remind yourself just to enjoy where you are in life.
Okay.
I think that's really important. And I have learned a lot, I think, over the years of my athlete career.
Yeah.
I'm already in sport for 30 years now.
30 years?
So it's a long time.
So you started when you were a little girl.
Well, I started as a swimmer.
Yes.
And yeah, as a little girl, my parents discovered me really enjoying being in a pool. So yeah, they got me at the swim club, and from there my happiness grew every day.
Every day.
Because they saw I was struggling a little bit in primary school to get friends and find my way. So they were really looking out for me, like how can we make our daughter happy?
Yes.
So yeah, they found that in swimming, and that lifted me up a lot. And I cruised to high school, I cruised to university, I had a job, and just enjoy my swim career besides it. But then in that time when I was 28, everyone was like, "You're so old. you shouldn't swim anymore."
Yeah.
I think in that time, when you were 20,
right,
they would say like, finished for
right.
swimming. Yeah, so I had a little break after 28, and I traveled, discovered the world. I lived in Australia before, and I really wanted to go back because I really enjoyed outdoor living, and
the people are great.
Yes, yeah, and I don't know, because of the traveling, I wanted to stay active, so I taught myself how to run. So I had this in that day there were this small podcast that will tell you how you could build up a 5 or 10K. So I put them in my ears and I just start running, and I just used that to travel the world. It brought me to different places, I believe, when I was traveling, just to wake up in the early mornings in a different country and just go for a jog and see the world on a different perspective than when you're just on a, tourist cruise or anything. So, it was really special, actually.
And that led to being a pro triathlete.
Yeah, then I arrived in Sydney, and my background was HR. So I had a really good job in the Netherlands as a HR manager, what I really enjoyed, but I think it was not challenging enough. And then in Sydney, I discovered, all the beautiful nature. So I really wanted to, use that to my advantage. I like to swim in the ocean and runs around the coast. So I found jobs that gave me the space to do that during the day, and I worked at nighttime in restaurants for a while. And then at one point, someone was like, I think my old teammates back home, they were like, "Hey, you should maybe start triathlon," because I was doing half marathons just for fun, and they were all under the 1 hour 30. So apparently that was special. I didn't even know. I was only following, I don't know if you ever seen it in half marathons. They have these rabbits with this flag, and they said 1 hour 25.
You just found that guy, and
I was I was standing there, so I'm just gonna try to follow it. So that was funny. So from there, then at one point I was like, well, triathlon looks interesting.
I swim. I'm a good runner.
I was
Get
riding
one of these bike things and see what happens.
Yes, exactly. So so then I started, and I think with my pro mindset from swimming, I couldn't imagine I would do it for fun, for fun. But so I really still had this Olympic dream from my time in swimming. I didn't reach that goal in that time, and I think because I went out of the sport and I saw a different lifestyle, and it took so much pressure off me.
Right.
I think I put so much pressure on myself when I was a swimmer, and I couldn't really see anything
besides the black
line
above me.
Yes, exactly. The pool was my only world. But then when I stepped out for 5 years, I realized there were so many other things, and I was like, why am I getting so nervous for races? Because life is so bright and so beautiful. So I really embraced it. It was my second chance, really, in sport, and I really wanted to see if I could do it on a different way.
And you have.
And I have, and of course, you still put pressure on yourself.
You're an athlete.
You're an athlete, so but you try to manage it different. And I think, as an athlete, you learn a lot, and there's also a lot of learnings that you can bring over to other athletes. And
love it.
So there I am.
Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
I can't believe you basically just jumped into the silly sport, and look what you've accomplished already.
Yeah, it's really great, and I think it's really great that the sport is growing, and I think that Ironman and also PTO, I think the competition between these two that really lift up the sport.
No question.
And yeah, I think it's good for the future, and it's good for the new generation to know that you can make a living out of it as long you just, focus on it, be consistent, and just give your heart and give everything you want.
Love it. Thank you so much for taking time.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure to chat with you, and good luck this weekend.
Thank you so much.
Hopefully,
thank you, Bob.
third place. That's what we want, right?
Yeah, well,
we want third in the series.
Yeah, I'm really good in third places, so who knows?
There you go. You got a lot of thirds out there. I love it.
Yeah.
Lotte Wilms has been our guest. Again, Breakfast with Bob, 70.3 World Championship, beautiful Taupo, New Zealand. Hold on. We will be right back.